Good morning, Facebook. How are we all doing this morning? Let's give it a few seconds. Let people hop on that want to hop on. If this is your first time ever joining me, my name is Miss Jennifer Pink. I'm known affectionately as the Single Mom Sage because of my unique mission to support single moms on their journey in moving from surviving to thriving. Yes, we can thrive. We thrive in spite of, because of, and I would love to show you how. So that's who I am, and that's what I do. So I have decided that I am going to do these motivations to thrive videos every Tuesday and Thursday. I've decided that I'm going to spend some time every Tuesday and Thursday morning and just give pieces of my heart to you and just really encourage you and motivate you to thrive. So I titled today's Thrive Time, why should you thrive? What is your reason for thriving, right? And I think that that's the very first step. That's the key, because a lot of times we say, oh, I want more. Oh, I want this. Oh, I want my life to be like this. Oh, I want more for my kids. Oh, I don't want them to go through what I've been through. But we really don't sit down and think about why we want those things. And to me, all of the wanting more, the more for your life, the more that you see, that's the thriving piece, right? What you have right now is just what you have right now. But the more is where you thrive. So why do we want to thrive? Because if you don't know why you want to do something, if you aren't sure of why you want it, why you need it, why you got to go after it, you won't do it. You won't go after it. You won't make it happen. You won't, in spite of, because of, regardless, you won't keep going. So it's important to figure out your why. Why do I want what I'm saying I want? Why do I need what I say I need? For me, because I can only speak of me, my why is because I don't want my daughter to go through what I've gone through. I don't want my daughter to live the life that I've lived. I don't want her to be me. She's already me, right? Everybody who has a kid, you know, they're your mini-me's, right? That's what we always say. We say it jokingly. We say it with a very good spirit, right? But if I'm going to get real about it, and if I'm going to be clear about it, there's some things about me I don't want her to relive. There's some things about me that I don't want her to experience. And the only way for her to not live those things and not experience those things is for me to change me. See, I can't change her. I can only change me. And I can only pray that she sees my change. I can only pray that in having real authentic conversations with her, where I'm telling her, these are the mistakes I made. This is why I made these mistakes. This is why I'm changing who I am, that she will see something greater, and then she'll decide to not do those things on her own. She'll come to those decisions on her own. Unfortunately, I didn't learn these lessons before she was born or when she was, a baby. She's 12. She'll be 12 now. So it's a little, quote unquote, late in the game. But if you ask me, it's never too late to make a change. It's never too late to do something different, to achieve something greater. So that is my reason why. I know that I want more for her. Yes, I have sons, and I want more for my sons, and I want better for my sons. But I want more for her. She is my why. Clear cut, the reason why. So because I want more for her, because I don't want her to live this life, I don't want her to become a single mom. I don't want her to have babies by men who don't truly love her, don't respect her, don't really want her. I don't want her to know what that feels like. I don't want her to ever live through that. I've got to change me. And I have to get clear on what that means. What does changing me mean? What does that look like? That means that I'm not doing the things that I used to do. That means that I'm not saying the things that I used to say. That means that I'm not looking how I used to look. that also means that I'm paying attention and learning my lessons. See, everything that we go through, there's a lesson in it. There's something that we've got to get from it. Whether it be a good situation or a bad situation, however you want to see the situation, there's a lesson. Learn the lesson. That's the main thing I'm trying to teach to my daughter, is to open up her mind, open up her experiences to learn a lesson. Learn a lesson in my life. Learn a lesson from her life. Learn a lesson from everybody who surrounds us life. And that meant that I had to go back and I had to look at my past. I had to visit the things that I've gone through. I had to visit the men that I've dated. And I don't mean visit like actually went and sat down and talked to them, but I had to mentally revisit those situations and learn my lessons and learn why I dated this person, why I dated that person, why I had a baby with this person, why I had a baby with that person, why I married my ex-husband, why I was in an abusive relationship, and not focusing on them at all. This has nothing to do with them. I care less about what's wrong or what's right with them. It was all about me. Me, me, me. You want to thrive? You want to be more in life? Get selfish. Get really selfish and start focusing on you. And I don't mean get selfish like you don't give to other people. You don't give your time to other people. You don't, give money to other people. Not that kind of selfish. But get selfish with learning your lessons. I don't care what lesson you need to learn. I don't care what he did wrong. I don't care what they did wrong. What I care about is what I did. What could I have done better? What decisions and choices could I have made differently? That's what I focus on. I focus on me. I focus on learning my lessons. I focus on growing through what I've gone through. I focus on that because that is the only thing that is going to help me change me. That is the only thing that's going to give me a different outlook about me. That is the only thing that is going to help clear out the fog, get out the funk, and decide that I'm going to do something different. See, because there's power in your mind. There's power in your mindset. If you want more money, if you want to get healthy, if you want to have an amazing relationship, marriage, if you want better kids, it's a switch in your mind that has to happen before anything else happens. Because if you don't make the mental switch, if you don't make the choice, if you don't make the decision to be different, to do something different, it won't happen. It doesn't matter who says you need it. It doesn't matter who supports you on your journey to doing it. If you don't believe it, if you haven't figured out your why, it's not going to happen. That's not to say there are not going to be hard days where it's a little hard to get through, days where you're like, oh my gosh, it's too much. I can't take it. I've made too many mistakes. That doesn't mean that that's not going to be true. What it means is when those days come, you pick yourself back up. You allow the moment to happen. You feel in the moment, and then you get back up and you do it again. You keep striving for more. You keep striving to thrive. For me, thriving is not a destination. It is not a place that I'm going to get to. It is a journey that I'm always going to be on, because I'm always going to be thriving to do more, to be better, to live better, to be a better example. I'm always going to be thriving for my kids to have more, to have better. I'm always going to be thriving to be a better mother, a better wife, have a better financial situation, right? I'm always going to be thriving for more in my business, thriving for more in my relationships. I'm always going to be on a thriving journey. If your journey has an end point, that's fine. That's your choice. You get to make the decision, because guess what? It's your life. You get to make those decisions. You get to decide what you want to do. You get to decide what's the best part of your life. What's the end game? That's for you to decide. But I guarantee you won't get anywhere. You won't be able to do anything if you don't make the decision. And in order to make the decision, you've got to figure out why. You've got to know why you're making the decision. And here's the biggest tip. Here's the biggest clue. If your why has anything to do with anyone else other than you, it ain't gonna work. If your why is because they said you couldn't, if your why is to prove them wrong, if your why is to provide something for them, it's not going to work. Your why has to be about you. It has to be something internal, something you are committed to, something you really want, something that you want no matter what. There is no cost, no price you won't pay for your why. So a lot of people say their why is their kids. And I know I just said my biggest why is my daughter. But I really want to ask you to really think. Are you willing to give up everything that you are today? Are you willing to completely transform who you are today for your children? Are you? Because if you were, you still wouldn't be doing the same things. You wouldn't be in the same place. But when you are truly committed to doing it for them, and for me, that's still an internal thing, because I'm not doing it for them in the aspect that I'm trying to sit them down and make them change. I want to change me for them. I want to show them something better in me. So that's why I tell you, it's got to be about you. It's got to be selfish. It's got to be focused on you, because that's the only way this will work. That's the only way you will get to the next stage. That's the only way you can get to the next step. I guarantee you, time and time and time again, you've got to focus on you. You got to figure out what it is you want, but more importantly, you got to figure out why you want it. Why do you want it? Why do you want to thrive? Why? I really hope this motivation message encouraged you and inspired you today to figure out your why, to get moving, to get going. There is no step that is too small. There is no step that is too big. You make the decisions and you make the steps. It's all about you. If this video encouraged you or inspired you in any way, I would ask that you please share the video. Please tag a friend, tell them to watch, and of course, join me on Thursday, which is in 2 days, every Tuesday and Thursday for Thrive Time. And you can catch it via Facebook Live, and starting on Thursday, you can catch it on the phone as well. So join me on Tuesdays and Thursdays right here for Thrive Time. Until next time.